Bounce to third. Gino's got it. Pavin Smith makes the out. Diamondbacks get the 3-game sweep.
From MLB.com, this is the Morning Lineup Podcast. I'm your host, Anthony Castrovins. Today is Friday, April 18th, and on today's show, we're going to tell you everything you need to know about baseball today, beginning with the sneaky team piling up wins in the deepest division in baseball. Let's get to it. With the necessary caveat that we're only 3 weeks into the season, it seems pretty safe to assert which is the best division in baseball. That's the NL West. The combined winning percentage of NL West teams right now is .600. And that's despite the Rockies, who fired hitting coach Hensley Mullins on Thursday and replaced him with their former manager Clint Hurdle, being on pace for 135 losses. If the NL West were to maintain the .600 combined winning percentage, it would be the best all time for a 5-team division. The current mark was set just 2 seasons ago when the AL East teams combined for a .554 mark. If the season ended today, and don't worry, it doesn't, the NL West would provide all 3 NL wildcard teams. And the most bonkers fact of all is that the Diamondbacks, who are in 4th place in the NL West, would be in 1st place in any other division in MLB. So let's key in on those snakes, because frankly, they deserve to be known as something other than just a 4th place club. On Thursday, Arizona wrapped up a 3-game series in Miami that, to use a very technical baseball term, was a butt kicking. The D-backs won by scores of 10-4 on Tuesday, 6-2 on Wednesday, and in the series finale on Thursday, they got a lift right away from a familiar source, the red-hot Pavin Smith.
Pavin Smith drills another one here in Miami, and that one's gone. Pavin has homered in back-to-back games. The Florida native gives the Diamondbacks 2 in the 1st.
That 429-foot blast, which made it 2-0, was Smith's 2nd of the series and 3rd of the season. And in the 3rd inning, he was at it again.
Pavin shoots it down the line. Go, Jerry, go! They're going to wave him home. Norby with a relay. He is safe!
That made it 3-1, and Smith accounted for 1/3 of the Diamondbacks' runs in a 6-4 victory over the Fish, Arizona's 5th straight win. You might be aware that Corbin Carroll, who also drove in a run Thursday, is off to an MVP caliber start for Arizona. But take a look at Smith. The 29-year-old who was optioned to AAA at the start of each of the last 2 seasons is breaking out in 2025. He's batting .404 with 10 extra base hits to become an unexpected force in the middle of the order. Smith is nuts right now, and so is the NL West. The Padres are nearly undefeated at home and just took 2 of 3 there from a really good Cubs team. The Dodgers are the Dodgers. The Giants fell to the Phillies on Thursday, but have had a good showing in a difficult road trip, taking 2 of 3 from the Yankees in the Bronx and 2 of 4 in Philly. With all this going on, it's easy to lose sight of the D-backs, who open a series at Wrigley Field this afternoon with blockbuster free agent acquisition Corbin Burnes on the hill against the Cubs. Don't sleep on the Snakes. They bite. The Orioles entered Thursday with 7 wins and 7 starting pitchers on the injured list. That's a bad ratio, folks. Baltimore had a curious offseason. They stopped short of dealing from their impressive stash of young position players to augment a rotation that lost Corbin Burnes in free agency. Instead, the O's signed the 41-year-old Charlie Morton and 35-year-old quote-unquote rookie Tomoyuki Sagano from Japan. This approach made it all the more important that the O's get a breakout season from their biggest source of rotation upside, 25-year-old right-hander Grayson Rodriguez. But when G-Rod dealt with an elbow issue during spring training, it delayed his start to the season. Unfortunately, Rodriguez is going to be delayed even more now. He was supposed to throw a bullpen session at Camden Yards on Thursday. Instead, Rodriguez was dealing with shoulder soreness that required an MRI. The extent of the issue was not known at the time of this recording, but it's safe to say the O's won't have Rodriguez for a while. Against this bummer of a backdrop, the O's took the field Thursday night for their series finale against the Guardians at Camden Yards. And on a day with bad injury news, they got a much-needed result on the field. Right away, star shortstop Gunnar Henderson got the O's on the board against Guardians ace Tanner Bybee.
left center field. There is your first home run.
And a big hit.
I guess that was all it took, huh? You drop the guy one spot in the lineup, you're a genius.
Cleveland struck back in the third with back-to-back jacks from Daniel Schneemann and Austin Hedges to take a 2-1 lead. But in the bottom of the inning, with 2 aboard, it was Ryan O'Hearn with some O for the O's.
First pitch swinging, high drive to center. Ryan likes the look of it. Thomas will watch it go!
Heston Kierstad added a 2-run blast in the 6th, and with Sagano turning in 7 strong innings in his best start yet in MLB, the Orioles cruised to a 6-2 victory to complete not only their first back-to-back wins of 2025, but also their first series win of the season. They've got a lot to sort through in their short-staffed rotation, but they finally have something resembling momentum. Coming up, you can go home again. On the road? We'll explain after the break. The Yankees' spring training home at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa recently underwent about $40 million in renovations to provide a new 2-story weight room, clubhouse kitchen, and players' lounge. It's a perfectly chic space, and one that is being enjoyed by the rival Tampa Bay Rays. After Tropicana Field got hit hard by a hurricane last fall, the Yankees graciously agreed to let the Rays use Steinbrenner Field as their temporary home this season. For the first few weeks of the season, this was no big deal. Hey, it's not like the Yanks were using the place anyway. But on Thursday came the Yanks' unavoidably awkward first visit to Steinbrenner Field as the road team, where they suited up on the decidedly less posh visitor side. But the Yanks looked right at home here, thanks to their biggest offensive weapon in Aaron Judge and their biggest offensive surprise in Ben Rice. In the top of the first, Judge came to bat after singles from Paul Goldschmidt and Rice and got the Yanks on the board.
That one is lined into center field and is a base hit. Goldschmidt scores. Rice is going to stop at second, so Judge picks up an RBI single, his 22nd ribby, and the Yankees have a run.
And in the bottom of the first, Judge showed us again that he doesn't just wield a big bat, but also a big arm.
There's a base hit to right field. Meisner around second. He's going to go to third, and the throw to third is in time. Aaron Judge showing off the arm.
The Rays tied it at 1 in the second and took a 3-1 lead in the third on a deep fly from Junior Caminero in this ballpark that has been a home run haven in the young season. But the Yankees tied it in a 5th inning that included an Oswaldo Cabrera homer and then went ahead for good in a 3-run 6th, capped by the run-producing Rice.
Another base hit for Rice. He is 4 for 4, and he picks up a 2-run single. And the Yankees lead by 3.
The not-so-visiting visitors prevailed 6-3. Here's what else was happening around the majors on Thursday. A's outfielder Lawrence Butler summed it up perfectly earlier this week when he said of teammate Tyler Soderstrom, quote, "He's Babe Ruth for us right now." The Sultan of Soderstrom struck again Thursday with 2 outs in the 7th inning against White Sox pitcher Brandon Eisert.
Tyler to right field, make it number 9. He heard us talking.
No doubt.
Don't want to be tied at the top. Tyler Soderstrom, 9 home runs on the season. It's 5-0.
Pirates lefty Andrew Haney, or as the cool kids call him, Heen Dog, threw 7 1/3 innings of scoreless ball to not only celebrate a 1-0 win over the Nationals, but also the day he reached 10 years of service time in the major leagues. The Rangers completed a 3-game sweep of the Angels. Riley Green snapped out of a 1-for-32 slump with 3 hits and 2 RBI in the Tigers' 6-1 win over the division rival Royals. The Mariners are above 500 for the first time since their opening day win after an 11-7 victory over the Reds. Head over to MLB.com for the rest of Thursday's scores. Coming up, 2 of the highest paid pitchers in history go toe-to-toe tonight when Yoshinobu Yamamoto and the Dodgers visit Jacob deGrom and the Rangers at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Time in a game many of you will see on MLB Network. The MLB.TV free game of the day is a matchup of surprise squads as the Giants face the Angels in Anaheim at 9:38 p.m. Eastern Time, 6:38 local, with Logan Webb opposing Tyler Anderson. That's all for today's morning lineup. Be sure to tune in again on Monday when Will Leach recaps the weekend for you. Until next time, thanks for listening. Please be sure to leave us a rating and review, share this episode with the baseball lovers in your life, and have a great weekend, everyone.